Alright, so yep, this is why I need to get a dumb phone. EBT has been a popular subject on the internet. EBT, food stamps. Dude, like, and it's, yep. And of course, all the experts on EBT and food stamps are weighing in. All the experts, okay? And this is why I need to get off of the internet. I'm sick of these experts, like, you know. So I would just like to share my experience. Dude, I'm telling you, the internet is a waste of time. You have all these fucking grifters that are making fucking like so much money just lying to everybody on the internet. And all they do is jump on whatever the popular subject is, and then they're instant experts on it. And because they have massive following of sheeple, they're just, you know, they become the authority on the subject. This is why I got to get a dumb phone. I got to get off the internet. The internet is just retarded. So EBT is the big thing, right? Okay. So I have experience with food stamps because I was homeless for 10 years. Okay. And, you know, so like you always hear the same thing. It's like, well, these people should be working. These people that are on food stamps, they're just abusing, blah, blah, blah. Dude, this was the same shit that they were saying about people during the Depression. When the Depression hit and just like, and all those people were driven into fucking abject poverty and homelessness, they would put signs up at the businesses, no Okies allowed. That's what they called them, no Okies. No Okies and no niggers allowed. You're all a bunch of lazy people. You need to get jobs. Like history repeats itself, you know. You know, those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. America is just a doomed country. It's a retarded country. It's an exact identical mirror of Sodom. Look at Sodom. So, you know, these people are so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. But anyways, yeah. So they would say the same thing about poor people, like prior generations, the same thing then as they do now, is that they're just a bunch of niggers. We don't want the niggers around us. It's always the same. And you'd think people would start to learn, you know, like, but no. People are always just going to be stupid. That's it. So anyways, all the experts on EBT and food stamps have all been weighing in lately, you know, in the last month. And they all say the same thing, how it's all virtue signaling. Oh, well, I'm not on food stamps because I work hard for my money. You know, like the dancer in Flashback works hard. She works hard for the money. Bum, 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 bum. You know, these people, they're just like totally fucking retarded. They don't understand anything about the economy. They worship money as though money is God. You know, they believe in this one-size-fits-all systematization of reality where if you don't conform and become a robot like everyone else, there's something wrong with you. You're just an Okie nigger, and no Okie niggers are allowed around here. You know, it's always the same, and I'm just sick of these people. They're a bunch of lying, grifting. They just go along with whatever's trendy. You know, for money, prestige, you know, virtue signaling. It's all the same. So I'll tell you some things, just experience. Let me just tell you experience, okay? So I was on the street from the time I was 18 until 28, okay? So I've went and applied for food stamps many times during that 10-year period, okay? Okay? So I will just share with you my experience, and then you can decide for yourself, okay? So like when I went into the food stamp office, it was always extremely degrading. Like it was very depressing. It was everything about it was sucked. Like, you don't want to back then, you don't want to go to the food stamp office. And when you go to the food stamp office, the only people that you ever saw were destitute homeless people. And they were all depressed. They were all mentally depressed. They were financially ruined. When you went into the food stamp office back then, how many years ago was that? Fuck. Okay, let's do some math, okay? I was born in blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that would have been 20 years, or no, 30 years ago. So 30 years ago, if you went into the food stamp office, it was a nightmare. When you went in, all the people in there, they're all mentally depressed. They're all fucking financially fucking ruined. They're all wearing tattered clothes. They're all sick and blah, blah, blah. That's what the food stamp office was like 30 years ago. And I went in many times to the food stamp office, okay? It sucked. You got treated like a piece of shit. It would take fucking weeks just to get on food stamps, or it was this long, grueling process. It was terrible. It was retarded, okay? Okay, and that was food stamps. And then once you got on it, it wasn't like you were rich all of a sudden. Like, oh yeah, once you get food stamp, you're just like kicking it and partying and stuff. Like, people are so fucking dumb, dude. They think, like, I'm so sick of the internet and smartphones and smart robots and smart Alexa and all that. Like, all you people are so fucking retarded. It's disgusting, dude. You never, dude. How many of you went into the food stamp office 30 years ago? Raise your hand. Yeah, that's right. You don't even know anything about it, and then you're listening to these fucking grifting, lying scumbags on the internet. I mean, these people are fucking retarded, bro. They don't know anything about anything. Whatever happens to be trendy, they're an instantaneous overnight expert on it. You've never noticed that. Like, dude, the internet and phones and all is so gay, dude. I can't wait. Like, I can't wait, dude, until all this comes crashing down. It is just a bunch of sodomite faggot bullshit, bro. Top to bottom, all the way. It's just fucking. So anyways, yeah, so my experience was that, okay? Okay, then you fast forward to like 2013, around then, okay? I'm working in the homeless service provider field. And so I end up having to go to the food stamp office to assist and support other homeless people with getting on food stamps. What does it look like in 2013, 2014, 2015 when you go into the food stamp office? Completely different. When you go into the food stamp office in 2013, 2014, 2015, it's like entering a club. You're entering the club, man. And you got all these fucking, like, all these colored people wearing bling and gold chains and fucking, and talking on $1,000 smartphones, and they're all in the food stamp office applying for food stamps. You don't even see, you're lucky if you see one or two homeless people. And I mean, that fucking place is packed. It's like booming. You got color, all kinds of, you got wiggers, you got all the other kinds of colored people. They're all wearing gold chains. They're all dressed up like they're in the club. They're all got $1,000 fucking Apple phones, and they're all there to get food stamps. Now, I guarantee you, any of these people on the internet that are acting as though they are experts on the food stamp system and stuff, I guarantee you none of them know what I'm talking about right now. They've never seen it. They are completely clueless. And what I'm telling you is the truth about EBT and food stamps. These things are true. Here's some other fun facts about food stamps that I learned. because I worked in the homeless service provider field for 10 years. I got to see what goes on behind the curtain. How many of these so-called experts on the internet that are talking about EBT and food stamps because it's popular right now have seen behind the scenes, behind the curtain, how all that shit functions? How many of them do you think? None of them. Because they're all a bunch of grifters that bring in 5 to 7 figures a year talking a bunch of retarded garbage to a bunch of sheeple. And that's what, and then they're complaining that people are on food stamps. No, you know who you should be complaining is all these internet influencers that are bringing in 5 to 7 figures a year, doing just straight up bold-faced lying all the time. Those are the people that are the fucking welfare recipients. You dumb motherfuckers that don't know this. You need to wake up. You need to wake up, dude. Like, it's retarded. You're a retard if you're listening to these fucking grifting, lying, slimy, fucking scumfuck, retarded pieces of shit, okay? So here's another fun fact about food stamps. This is why food stamps will never go away. This is why food stamps have not gone away and why they never will go away, okay? This is why food stamps exist, okay? At the end of every fiscal year, any and all food stamps that have not been obtained by the people, they all go back to the government, to all these politicians. All these politicians are the welfare recipients that are stealing your tax dollars all the time. Your tax dollars pay for their fucking vacation homes. Your tax dollars pay for all their food. Your tax dollars pay for their golf trips, their trips to go play golf and all this shit. Okay, so all these politicians in this whole system that are the true parasites that are constantly parasiting off of your tax dollars, all that EBT money that doesn't get accessed by the people goes back to the system, back to all of those parasites. Only it's not just in food stamps. You think it comes back in food stamps? No. If you think about it, you know it transfers back to regular money when it goes back to the system. This is why they make it so difficult for poor people to access food stamps, because at the end of every fiscal year, any and all food stamps that are not accessed go back to Nancy Pelosi, back to Hunter Biden, back to Trump, and that's why the food stamp exists. That's why it exists the way it does. That's why it's a failed system. It's not failed. It's working exactly how they want it to. And so you get millions of dollars of unaccessed EBT food stamp money every year that goes back into the pockets of fucking the Nancy Pelosi's and the Trumps and the Bidens and the fucking Kamala Harris's and all these other fucking scumfuck cunts. And what does everybody do? Everybody blames the EBT recipients. Oh, those people need to get a job, and like all of you people are completely fucking retarded, and it's really disgusting to see how stupid all you people are, and just and you deserve your own misery as a whole. Like, this country, the United States of America, is Sodom and Gomorrah, and you all deserve everything that you've been getting, and it's not going away. None of this is going to get better. And what's hilarious is, like, you think that by removing food stamps, it's going to fix everything and all that. Like, this is literally how stupid your average person is that if they just eliminate food stamps, everything would be a utopia. See, first of all, I already explained to you why EBT and food stamps exist. It's a money laundering scheme to keep money going back into the pockets of the Trumps and the Pelosi's and the Bidens and even though that's the case and that's the truth, all of you stupid sheeple, you believe the lies that they put out. You believe the official narrative that they constantly put out by paying propagandists and grifters and shills to pump this diarrhea out and pay them well. So that you will all believe that it's the EBT recipient that's the evil bad person. And your society as a whole falls for it every time. Again, this is Sodom and Gomorrah. So anyways, there's some information for you to counter the popular narrative on food stamps right now. So have fun with all that. See you later.